What's up, guys? It's episode 339. Welcome back to the show.
Never slow up, no, I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hey, what's up? It's Jacqueline. Welcome back to the show. Hi. This is what I've got for you today. All right. It's Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. I'm going to recap my trip to LA last weekend. I'm going to talk about, the Air movie I saw last night, the Michael Jordan Air movie, the Ryan Garcia versus what's his last name? Davis fight happening tonight. Excuse me. Yeah. Gervonta Davis. Gervonta, I don't know. I'm going to talk about the fight tonight. Trump was on NELK. I'm going to talk about that. Domino's just came out with tater tots, of course. I need to talk about that. And finally, I'm going to recap. Oh, wait. I'm going to talk about my 420 and this true crime documentary I watched on Netflix that has my mind fucking blown. You might have seen it already, but I haven't. It came out a couple years ago, but I want to talk about it. So that's what I have for you today. Full transparency, full honesty. I don't really feel like I'm in the mode yet, but as I talk, it'll, I'll get in the groove. I'm sipping. Here's the beverages of the podcast today are black coffee and water. Okay. I know. Yawn, but that's what's happening. Let me continue to set the scene. I'm drinking black coffee. I'm drinking water. I have a full face of makeup, wet hair, and I'm sitting in Corey's bathrobe because the AC is on because we have dogs now. Excuse me. We have, the sun is out now here in California. It's finally like 80 degrees in San Diego, and, the dogs are going to die if we don't turn the AC on in the apartment. So the AC's on. I'm freezing. Okay, that's why I'm drinking hot coffee and wearing this fucking bathrobe. It's literally like, this is the comfiest thing. I have two bathrobes. I don't wear my own bathrobes. I wear Corey's because it's just so nice and thick. What else is going on? I worked out this morning. What time is it? It's 11:52 a.m. on Saturday. We did a little workout. We went and got coffee. What else is going on? Sorry. I had... Here's my workout. This is what I did today. I think I did the same workout last weekend on Saturday. I did Stairmaster intervals where I start off at like speed 8 and I do that for 10 minutes and I get my heart going and then I crank it down to 4. And then for like 10 to 15 minutes or until I literally feel like I'm going to die, I go up to 18 for a minute and then I rest for a minute, up to 18 for a minute and I rest for a minute. And I probably did that. I overdid it. Here's the thing. This is the thought I had on the Stairmaster. And just me so I talk about my workouts and going to the gym. Like I mentioned that here and there on the show. And like and how obnoxious it is when I work out. Like I probably think I look more obnoxious than I actually do. But I just like today, I'm literally like snotting. Like it's so bad. I have like phlegm coming out. I'm coughing up shit from my, I don't know what was in my throat. I had phlegm in my throat and I'm doing these sprints on the middle Stairmaster in the middle of the fucking gym. And I was telling Corey, like when we got home, I was like, I want it to look like when someone sees me work out, I immediately want them to think she's overdoing it. She's trying way too hard. This is like too intense. Like she clearly is trying to work off a pizza she had last night. She definitely has body dysmorphia and eating disorder. She's overdoing cardio. She's a cardio bunny. She's mentally ill. Like this is like, she's fit. She doesn't need to do it this hard. You know what I mean? Like I want someone, that's how I want it to look when I work out. I want to look that fucking mentally insane. So I achieved that today. I know that like when I get off the Stairmaster and it's a fucking lake in front of me, I know that I did my job, and I know that people around me were probably thinking that. I was actually they would be right about working off the pizza. I was actually working off chicken tenders and fries today, and also a pack of peanut M&Ms and 4 margaritas. So That was from we got my upper lip sweating already from wearing this goddamn hot bathrobe. We went and saw the Air movie last night, so yeah. I don't know if you're like that when you work out, but like I just fucking like I want people to fucking go like, what is her fucking problem? Like she's going too hard. Because you know when you see those people, you're like, it's like annoying. It's like fucking relax. That's how I want to be. Obviously joking. Like again, it's like me thinking I look more crazy than I actually do. But cool. So that's what I did this morning. What else is happening? Oh, I'm going over to a friend's house to watch the fight tonight, so that'll be fun. Corey's golfing right now, and that's why I'm recording, honestly. And you know what's weird? Like, I don't get embarrassed in front of him. Like, nothing I do embarrass. Yeah, I don't get embarrassed or like in my head or nothing around him. But for some reason, like the thought of him sitting on the couch behind me while I'm recording is like, it makes me so uncomfortable. I'm like, get the like. Like if he sometimes he'll tell me like, you should do the podcast today, and I'm like, are you gonna be home? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, no. Like you need to get out of the house, you need to go find something to do. So I don't know what that is. I think it's because it's like this is like when I'm fully, it's like my me time. It's like I'm all by myself with my microphone. I don't know what I'm saying. Is that like stage fright? I think I have fucking stage fright with my own boyfriend over recording my podcast in front of him. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening today. I am definitely going to lay out in a couple hours. What's the UV index? Oh my fuck. 10? Very high. Oh my God. Perfect day to lay out. I live near the beach. See, I live in San Diego. I could say I live by I'm a block away, which is fucking incredible. But that could mean there's like an entire peninsula. No, there's an entire, there's like 100 miles of beach around here. Like you wouldn't be able to tell where I live based on like me just saying, oh, I live a block from the beach, but I'll be walking down there in my bikini with my fucking, Boochcraft hard kombucha and my book and my tanning chair and my beach towels, my headphones, and what else am I going to bring? My sunscreen. I'll be walking down there in a couple hours. It's going to be great. It's that time of year. It just smells different. You know what I mean? The sun came out. So yesterday was Friday. That was our first like 80-degree day here in San Diego. And you know how you know how when it rains, it smells a certain way. Well, when it gets hot, and you have a blue sky and it's like, it starts getting like hot in the, like 9 a.m. It just smells. It smells like it's going to be a sunny day. What am I fucking saying? Jacqueline, talk about the shit you listed off in the beginning. I don't really like this coffee. Wait, hold on. So when we get coffee every morning, we go to this place and Corey says 1 regular, 1 vanilla. And he gets this vanilla essenced black coffee, which is I'm drinking it now. It kind of tastes like a candle. So yeah. I love this time of year. I'm going to lay out. It smells good. It smells like a hot sunny day. What am I saying already? Jacqueline, get to the next topic. Okay. So last week I told you that I was going up to LA with Corey's family for a 1-year-old birthday party. And during last week's episode, his mom texted me about what kind of sandwiches I liked. And I had a hunch. I was like, I think she's going to pack this for the car trip up there. Because we were going up there around lunchtime. Like, you know, I just had a feeling. And yep, I was right. She packed an entire fucking picnic with like little like picnic cloths for the ride up there, and we literally ate. Like she just kept passing. I was in the front seat, Corey was driving, and his parents were in the back. Like during the trip up there, I probably had 6 sandwiches. I had like 2 tuna. No, I probably had like 8. Wait a minute. We started with tuna because her tuna is the best. We started with that. She also gave us chips, her neighbor's oranges from their tree, almonds, smokehouse almonds. We brought a diet ginger ale. This is very specific, but I'm trying to recall what exactly we ate. And is there something else? Oh, those Nature Valley granola bars, the peanut butter ones. I think you can get them at Costco, or like that's where I've gotten them before. They're like the orange. I felt like I was like, this was like a school lunch happening. You know, it was like so nostalgic. And yeah, she passed us up a tuna sandwich. We had that. Next up, we had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because she asked me if I like peanut butter and jelly, and I said hell yes. And I cannot tell you the last time I had one. So then I had a peanut butter and jelly, but she's like, do you want me to put chips in the middle? And I was like, sure, I've never had that before. So she put potato chips in the middle of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Then we ate that. She's like, okay, time for turkey. Then we had turkey. Now the reason I'm telling you about all these sandwiches is because there's more sandwiches happened later in the day. Okay. I'll get to that. And this was a sitting day and an eating day. This was last Saturday. So then we get the turkey sandwich, and then we rotate back to the tuna, then another peanut butter and jelly. And then I think the turkey, she only made one turkey because it's not the best one. She made more tuna than turkey. Then we ended up having like 2 more tunas, fucking granola. I just ate so much. And guys, TMI, but like I didn't take a shit that morning. So I was like really like, I was just stuffing food in, and I knew this is the thing. Like when in Rome, right? Like I'm with his parents on the way to LA for this fun little birthday party and I'm going to meet a bunch of new family members. And his mom took all his time to pack these lunches. And I was like, I'm eating, bitch. I'm going to fucking fuel up for this party. I know there's gonna be food once we get to the party, and I'll get to that. But yeah, I was just kind of like feeling like, oh god. And I took like the car ride took forever because there was a crash and the traffic was terrible, and I ended up taking like an hour and a half nap after I ate all that. Anyways, we show up at the party and immediately go to the taco station outside. They had like an authentic taco setup with like there was like people they hired making them, and I got like 2 carne asada tacos. Was it a shrimp taco? No, fish taco, chips and guac. I had a piece of cake. Like, oh, it was just like more food after I just had like 8 sandwiches and all those snacks. And then at that point I was chugging water. I was like, okay, I need to like, you know, flush this shit out. And nothing happened. I was still bloated as fuck, and it was fine. I made it. The party was amazing. It was super cute. They had all these like it was like a fairy theme. They had these fairy decorations, and we got a little house tour because they remodeled the house there, and that was cool. What else did we do there? Took a bunch of pictures. We watched a 1-year-old tear apart a little cake, which was so cute. She was so like dainty about it. You can tell like I've noticed this being around babies lately, like you can tell like boy babies versus girl babies, like the way they act is so like the girl babies are more like dainty, and like she didn't just tear it apart. Like she took her time. She was like really gentle with it. But I know like Corey's nephew, who's, what is he, 2 now? Almost 2 or a year and a half. He would just fucking destroy that thing. So I don't know. It was cute. After that, we literally were in the car on the way to LA for like, I think it took 3.5 hours from San Diego. It was horrible. Then we went to the party from like 2:30 to like 5. Okay. Then it's 5 p.m. We're in LA. We need to get to San Diego. But first, because they have a family tradition of going to this Johnny's Hot Pastrami place, we stopped by Johnny's Hot Pastrami and we got a bunch of sandwiches. Okay. I think we ordered 6 hot pastrami sandwiches and like 4 fried shrimp sandwiches. And I honestly, my fucking fat ass at that point of the fuck it day with food. I don't know if you've ever, I mean, this is like, sometimes you just have those days where you're like, you're just saying fuck it left and right with everything in front of you food wise. Like you're just like, okay. Oh, I also like, I had cake there and I had like 6 brownies and a bunch of cookies with Corey. We were like stealing them while everyone else is mingling and shit. But yeah, my fucking fat ass, we show up at this Johnny's Hot Pastrami place. They hyped it up so much. They're like, these are the best pastrami sandwiches you'll ever have. Like, oh my God. So I'm thinking, oh, like we're going to eat these in the car on the way back to San Diego. No. His dad put them in the trunk. Okay. They were in the back and we got Diet Cokes and we just drank those on the way home instead. So the car started smelling like pastrami and it smelled really good. And I had to fucking sit there with my hands under my ass, like, you know, waiting. I had to wait that out. But anyways, we get home and I am just internally a fucking little fat kid. Okay. It's like 9 p.m. All right. The point of getting those sandwiches was for the next day. His mom was like, you know, we're going to get these and then you can like have them for lunch tomorrow. Okay. I was like, all right. And anyways, it's like 9 p.m. We get home and immediately Corey, we're talking about heating them up. He's like, okay. Cause I was like, can you heat them up? Cause he knows how to do it. Cause there's like a special way to put them in the microwave and just take them apart and shit. So we fucking eat these sandwiches at like 9:30 p.m. Did we have, and then after that, he's like, you know, he wanted ice cream. We didn't get ice cream, but we almost did. So the sandwiches were like the size of my head. And then we put, it came with like pickles and we put mustard on it. We got this like dill pickle mustard. And yeah, it was just like a fucking fat fest on that night. But anyway, so there's my LA recap. It was super fun, but definitely like a long haul, like driving up to LA and going there and back in one day and just like sitting in a car, sitting around like tables and mingling with people. Like I was just like sitting and eating. No complaints. Like the food was very good. So I just, after that trip, I was like, I don't eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches enough, like often enough. I mean, it's just a perfect food. Like certain foods are perfect. Peanut butter and jelly, Reese's peanut butter cups, pizza, just like a plain cheese pizza is a perfect food. Yeah, I haven't told you guys this, but I do this thing with Corey when we go out to restaurants where we categorize things as like 10 out of 10 foods. And where were we at the other day? And I was like, this is a 10 out of 10. Oh, we had baklava at this Greek place. And I was like, this is immediately a 10 out of 10. Like best thing I've ever put in my mouth. That's how we rate it. Like if it is so good, it's like you can't, it's like you take a bite out of it and you're like, fuck off. This is like not real. Like this is so good. Oh my God. Like you want to start swearing. You want to have 10 rounds of the same thing. You just want to keep eating it over and over. That's a 10 out of 10 food. So, those hot pastrami sandwiches, we decided that was a 10 out of 10. But he was telling me, and I've never been to New York City, but he was telling me that what's that deli there? The famous deli where you get the really tall pastrami sandwich. Something deli, famous New York City deli. Here, I'll give you guys some silence for a sec because I've been talking fucking fast. Famous NYC deli pastrami. What's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Katz's Delicatessen? No. It's not Katz's. Foodnetwork.com. Harry's? No. Open Gallery. I don't want to go through this. What's it called? Carnegie Deli. He was telling me that that's 15 times better than this Johnny's Hot Pastrami place. And there's this place next to Johnny's, by the way. Maybe you've been there if you live in LA or if you've been up there. It was like Tito's Tacos, and they also love that place. And I was looking up the Yelp reviews on it, and like it's literally hard corn taco shells with like taco meat and like, I don't know, maybe a couple other toppings, and then literal thick shredded unmelted cheddar cheese just all over the top. And I'm like, how is that like? But people hype this place up like it's the best taco restaurant or taco place in LA, and I'm like, cold hard shredded cheese on the top of this hard corn taco shell is like, why is this the food episode, guys? Sorry. Am I hungry? I had a smoothie. I had a green smoothie before this. I've had 2 cups of black coffee. Should probably drink water. Yeah, so let's get to the next topic. Jesus. Oh, we got I really want to talk about this documentary I watched, The Night Stalker. Have you guys ever heard of it or seen it? It's from, was it 2000? When did it come out? I think it was a 2021 documentary on Netflix. But the reason it blew my mind was because it didn't show the killer until like the very last episode, like halfway through. So this entire time they're building up. They're talking about this guy. Did I already say it's called The Night Stalker? Yeah, I did. They're building it up, talking about how it was in 1985, right? Let me double check. His crime spree took place in California between June 1984 and August 1985. June to August, so like a year. Yeah, they were building it up and basically saying how this killer on the loose would creep into people's houses through their windows or just like right through their front door in the middle of the night, and he'd either shoot you in the head with a .22 and slash your throat, or R-word you if you're a woman and tie you up with electrical cords, or if you were a minor, a young child, like a 6-year-old, he would molest you and then like let you go and have you call the cops and have your parents show up at like a 7-Eleven. Or he like had this girl, yeah, like run into a gas station, and he told her like, go call 911 and then tell them to have your parents come pick you up or something crazy like that. So yeah, and if a lot of the times he'd go in, if there was a couple, he would shoot the husband and then R-word the wife, and then sometimes she would live. He beat people with like there's a woman there were survivors of this, like people that got beaten up really bad that didn't die, or what other survivors were there? People who like heard a weird noise, and then in the middle of the night, like the guy was clearly like trying to break in their house, and then it scared him off because they woke up or whatever, like they got lucky. So the cops they were interviewing during this documentary were on to this guy after, there was like a pattern happening, because obviously it's LA. There's a shit ton of murders. I mean, not a shit ton. I don't know what the numbers were back in the 80s, but murders were sort of kind of common. And they're basically like, okay, we've got a pattern here. It's random though. Like he doesn't have a type. This killer just fucking goes for whoever. But they're having like a pattern with when they would come to the crime scene and find like the shell, it would be from a .22. So that was a pattern they started noticing, and the footprints they found were all the same. And it was actually from a Via sneaker. I think it was a Via, which was like a really uncommon sneaker at the time. And they actually figured out that Avia sneaker, there was only one size 11 or something shipped to LA at the time. So yeah, it was really crazy. Or that part. But I don't know, maybe you've seen this, maybe I'm recapping something you already know about, but like I didn't know who the killer was. I didn't see his face until the last episode. They finally, what was it? People were describing him as, so what I liked about this, the reason I'm even talking about it is because I've been on a true crime or murder, a murder show, murder porn kick lately. And literally just because I live with a man and I feel safe, because back when I lived by myself, I would never watch anything that gave me the EBGBs, that made me scared. Like I was watching lighthearted, you know, like reality TV, Real Housewives, like YouTube vloggers and podcasts on YouTube. Like I could not stomach seeing murder shit so by myself. So like I'm on this kick now. That's why I'm talking about it. And back to the Night Stalker. The reason why this mind fucked me was because I was building up in my I was thinking up a picture in my head of what this guy looked like the whole time. I never Googled it. I never, you know, there was like 4 episodes. So I was over time I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be like a scary looking dude. They mentioned his teeth were all jagged and fucked up. He was tall, slender, white or a light-skinned Mexican is what people described him as. And messed up teeth. Obviously like a size 11 shoe. So yeah, the craziest fucking thing is Corey and I went golfing or something. We decided to get tacos after and finish the last episode. And he saw this before. So he was telling me, don't look him up. You know, this is going to be a big surprise. Like, I want you to like, you know, I want you to watch the documentary to find out what he looks like. So I'm sitting there eating my carne asada tacos with him. And there he is, Richard Ramirez on the screen. They finally show who the Night Stalker is, who the killer is. And I gasped. I was like, he's kind of hot. What the fuck? He looks like a goddamn Gucci model. And he has like, okay, when he was in court and they started like showing more videos of him, he started looking more scary. But the mug shot, the first picture, I was like, that's not what I expected. I thought he was going to look way like, I don't know. He just had a beautiful bone structure in my opinion. I was not expecting that. And I was not expecting like the nice face and the nice eye. Like his eyes were kind of, I get why people would be terrified of them, because they're like big and beady, but like literally like he looked like, again, a Gucci model or some shit. Like it was such a mind fuck. I didn't really see, there was one picture of his teeth. He's like doing like shark fangs at the camera. And then what was weird is they like let him wear sunglasses in court. I don't know. Which made him look even hotter. No, I'm kidding. Let me look up on Google Images again. Richard Ramirez. I think he killed like 20 some people. First degree murder 12 counts, second degree murder or rape 11 counts, first degree burglary 14 counts, 19 death sentences, 15 plus victims, span. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying he's like making it sound like I think he's super hot. I just think he's a good looking. Fuck! I can't believe I just said that. Now I'm looking on Google Images. I'm walking that back. It was just like the initial picture. That's what it was for me. It was like, oh whoa, like not a. Oh wait, here's when he's. How old was he at the time? Oh yeah, he was a devil worshiper. That's the thing. He was like, he had like that 5-point star thing, and he would like draw that on people's walls and like their lipstick after he killed them. So, and I guess he had a really fucked up childhood. Now I'm in my head about saying I thought he was good looking, because I'm looking at these pictures like, actually, he was scary. Like he was like, what did he say in court? Like his last words. He got sentenced to death, by the way, and ended up dying in prison from cancer. Like, how old was he? He died on June 7th, 2013, from cancer. Let me read if there's anything on this. Ramirez's childhood is considered an influence on his crimes. Frequently abused by his father, Ramirez began developing gruesome and macabre. What's that word? I've seen that before. Macabre interests in his early and mid-teens from his older cousin Miguel. who also taught him some of the military skills that he would go on to use during his year-long killing spree. I was thinking about, I got scared as fuck when we were watching these episodes. Like every night I'm like, Corey, are the windows shut? Are the doors locked? Like, because just the thought of like, you're just peacefully sleeping and someone creeps in your house and fucking shoots you in the head. Like, I mean, it was so random. That's what was scary about it. I'm like, if I lived in LA at the time, like one of the detective's wife, she had to like grab the kids and like leave LA because she was so freaked out when it literally happened like a neighborhood over from her one night. So yeah, if I was, I would have to leave. I don't think I could. If you knew, because you know, the public started becoming aware of this, and yeah, like I wouldn't be able to sleep at night because it was so random. That's what was fucking crazy about it. So that's what I was watching on Netflix this week. Next topic, we've got Donald Trump on NELK. He was interviewed on the Full Send podcast again. Is that what they're called, the NELK boys? Are they still the NELK boys? I don't really know. I just know I saw clips on TikTok of him getting interviewed and I was like, holy shit. They posted this yesterday, 5.5 million views, and it's not getting taken down. So I remember on the last YouTube or Full Send interview with Trump, why did they take it? There's a reason that YouTube took it down, but they're not taking this one down. Oh, I wanted to read the comments on this YouTube on the video here. It's so funny that the NELK boys are the only median available for the public to hear what Trump has to say with no censorship or bias. It's really strange to see a politician being so relaxed during an interview. I mean, love him or hate him, like he's fucking funny sometimes. And I on the clips on TikTok are make me laugh. That's why I'm bringing this up. I was just like, he said like they listed off a bunch of people's names and he had to say like a word that comes to mind for each one. And what did he say? I think he was like, they were like Kim Jong-un. He's like, smart. No, he didn't say that. What did he say? Then he's like Biden. Then they're like Biden. He's like dumb. Kim Kardashian. He goes, what's the word? I forget.
I want to ask too, something historic that I'm always amazed by what you did is how you got along so well with all these world leaders, especially Kim Jong-un. What was he like as like a person? Because he's like such a mysterious Batman kind of like figure. No one knows what he's like.
I want to play this whole thing. I don't know. I'm trying to find the other one. Anyways, so yeah, I just think it's it's just so crazy, like, to see Trump. I don't know, like, there's so many people cross-pollinating now, like podcasters, politicians, TikTok or like influencers, and I don't know, like everyone's just kind of like meshing in this like really interesting way now online, like on YouTube, on TikTok, like on all the platforms where you see like people you wouldn't expect get together. And I guess that's what this is for me. Like with Trump, it's like, it's such a mind fuck. But I wanted to read here. Someone from Sweden commented. It's kind of a long comment. Hold on. They go, I'm from Sweden. I've always seen Trump as a joke due to how he was portrayed. And I have also debunked some of the false Biden videos. Some are doctored, but surely many Trump videos were as well. And I didn't question it then. However, letting him just speak like here changed my mind. I totally agree with him on many world issues, so much more than I would ever think. People should really view things without the mainstream media lens and their perceptions. Yeah, that's what I love about podcasting, obviously, and people have talked about this a million times. It's just it's so much better to like listen to a full length conversation with no edits. It's, you know, of people that, of like politicians or just prominent figures. Cause you hear like the little blurbs in the media and the negative shit, like it'll be like a little 2-second thing that they did or said, but you like you never get the full context. So it's just nice to see people like talk, cause you never see that side of politicians. You never see them like talk for that long ever. They're giving speeches. They're on, you know, they're like a talking head for 2 seconds on the news. Like it's never this. So I'm all for it. I think we need more of it, and we need more, like long form conversations with politicians out there. Because then you really get to see how they think. That goes for anyone, you know, recording yourself, me recording this podcast, talking it out this long is going to give you a better idea of who I am than like me posting a 30-second TikTok of like one opinion I have on fucking candle scented vanilla essenced black coffee that my boyfriend likes to drink. The amount of information I've gained from this man in just one interview is massive. When others speak, I feel like I'm getting dumber. I don't know. I'm just worried, like, if he gets reelected, fuck. I feel like I just don't want the division to continue and the chaos to continue. And I just know that if he gets reelected, it's going to, like, he's obviously going to have a massive amount of support. He's obviously going to have a shit ton of, you know, people that are on board with what he decides to do when he's in office again. But then it's going to be the media I'm just assuming they're just going to repeat what they did when he was in office for 4 years. And you know what I mean? It's just going to be annoying. I just like hope, honestly, if he gets reelected, like, I just hope that the fucking media can chill out and just like not make it their mission to destroy him again. And just like, and obviously that became how they made their money. And obviously that's how they got their clicks and views. And, you know, everything he was doing was controversial. And so it's easy to talk about. And I mean, a lot of things he did was controversial. So yeah, Donald Trump on Full Sun podcast. It says Donald Trump exposes the truth. I haven't watched this yet. I've only seen a couple clips. Donald Trump exposes the truth about Kim Jong-un, World War III, and Elon Musk. Should I reapply my lips? I feel like it's time to reapply my lips. This is Mineral Fusion, like sheer moisture lip tint from my favorite grocery store back in Mount Vernon, Washington. I think I talked about it on the last episode. I just wish I had it in me. Like, let's talk about my appearance. Like, I love podcasting. I love sitting here and talking, but the getting ready part for anything, but especially this podcast, stresses me out. Cause like, I'll be excited to record. I'll be fresh off a workout. I'll down a green smoothie. I know I'm going to record that day. And I'm like looking at my notes of things I wrote down throughout the week, getting excited to talk about it. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm literally like sweaty from the gym. I need to shower. I need to wash my hair. I need to do my skincare. And then I'm like, I mean, technically I could sit in front of the camera with a bare face and not give a fuck, which I've done that in the past. You go to my first videos, I look like I'm a different woman. Like, it is insane to look back at my my first YouTube podcast episodes. It's kind of depressing. Like, that was rock bottom for me. And you can clearly tell, like, I just look like shit. And I can say that, like, I have personal standards. I know what I look like. I know when I was in my lowest health, and it was then. So, but yeah, I could sit here and just like let it fly without putting makeup on. But like, I get in my head like, oh, I'm on camera, I want to look nice, you know, and then I start doing my makeup and then I'm pouring it on thick because it's like, you're on camera and you have to, so it shows up. And then I'm like, oh fuck, my hair, and then my fucking outfit, and then it's just like, I don't know. Then it takes away what I'm saying, my creativity, my flow, my enthusiasm, my excitement to record. It takes away from that. And then I'll like put all this effort and energy into my goddamn appearance for the show. And then it's like, the show comes and I'm exhausted. So that's why I knew that if I continued to dry my hair and like change into a cute outfit, I would be exhausted and I wouldn't have a good episode. So, but maybe this isn't a good episode. Maybe you're just like, Jacqueline, like, shouldn't say that. We got, okay, we talked about LA and all the goddamn sandwiches I ate. I'm hungry. I feel like I'm definitely PMSing. My appetite has been through the roof this week. And that's how I know. Like I'm very food focused right now. And it's probably also because I worked out so goddamn hard. And when you eat shitty food, I feel like your body craves shitty food. So like I had a bunch of shitty food yesterday. So I'm gonna you know what I'm gonna do? I get so excited to talk about my day and my perfect little lifestyle. So I worked out, I got ready for my podcast and recording. After this, I'm gonna walk the dogs and let them run around and, you know, get some fresh air. Then I'm gonna put on my bikini and get my like cover up on and get my beach stuff together, and I'm gonna go to the store and grab like my little drinks, my watermelon. I'm probably gonna bring tahini with me from the cupboard to put on my watermelon. I'm gonna get a book, you know, I'm gonna do all that stuff, get prepped for the beach, go to the beach, lay out, you know, get a little buzz on. Because you know what? I'm in my drinking phase. Before I talk about this Air Jordan movie, I kind of want to talk about my alcohol consumption over the last 2 to 3 weeks. Because I feel like I go through phases with like all substances. Like I dabble with like literally 3. Okay. Nicotine, alcohol, and weed. That's it. That's all I touch. But I was telling you a few episodes ago that one of Corey's friends gave him these edibles to try because he has like a company where they make those. And so then we got them to try. And then next thing you know, for like a month straight, I'm taking edibles every single night before bed. So I was in my weed edible phase. Okay. Now, let me just bring you up to speed. It's been nice here in San Diego. The sun's coming out. And I don't know, like every single afternoon, I'm like itching for a drink. I feel like my body's like, it wants to get a little buzz on when the sun's out. And I don't know what that is. I feel like there's something wrong with me. I always feel guilty about drinking. Like if it's like a weekday and I'm, you know what I mean, by myself here at the apartment, like hanging with the dogs, like wanting to have a little hard kombucha. I have it in my head. And it's probably because of my family situation when I grew up, having a dad who had a problem with it and having a family history of alcoholism, and me just being like, no, like I'm not, because I'm not, like I know I don't love getting drunk. I don't love having a hangover. You know me, I'm like fucking green smoothies, working out like a crazy person, you know, like going way too hard at the gym. Like I'm obsessed with health and like feeling, not obsessed. I'm very balanced, but I live for that shit. I love feeling good. So lately I'm like for like literally the last couple weeks, I'm like, maybe I'll have like 2 hard kombuchas a night. Like every other night, maybe. Not every night, like maybe, yeah, it's kind of been like every day. It's been like every day. And then we went out. When did I have drinks? We had drinks last night. Because I've never gotten drunk in a movie theater. Oh my God, that's what it was. We're at this place here around where we live, and you can order drinks and food to your recliner in the you know, while you're watching the movie. And I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like ordering like literal like full-size margaritas over and over. I'm like, I think I had 4. And I'm like, I've never sat in a movie with a buzz like this. Oh, this is fun. This is fun as shit. So I don't know. Maybe I'm like, I'm literally 28. I'm like more confident about saying my age lately. I don't know why. I'm like, so like, who gives a fuck? I'm 28. There, she said it. But I'm like, I think I'm experiencing, or I'm like going through this phase for like the first time with myself. Like maybe I do remember though, like a year ago, I don't know, was this like when I moved to my old apartment? I bought like a pack of White Claws and put them in my fridge. And I remember for like, until that pack was gone, I was having them every single night. But like since then, I literally just like go out for drinks with Corey, or our friends, or I go out and like to the club or whatever and like order like fucking tequila shots and shit and stay out all night. It's either that or like his parents don't drink. Like we don't really, well, maybe they have drinks at their house. Maybe like here and there I'll have one there. But it's like not my thing to just drink every day. So I don't know. I'm going through a phase. I thought I'd tell you that I think I like drinking, and I think I'm going to be a summertime cocktail chick. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't feel, this is what's crazy, is like I woke up refreshed as shit today. And I don't know if it's because of this new supplement I'm taking, which I'm going to gatekeep and not tell you because I think there's going to be a total transformation. I'm actually, Corey's like, can I share that with you? And I'm like, no. Like I think this is the most I've ever spent on a supplement. It was very expensive. And the shit is like, anyways, the reason I'm saying this is because I woke up, I had all those margaritas last night and I felt incredible. I was like, I don't feel like hungover. I feel like I can go work out and I won't feel nauseous or anything. Like, yeah, but lately, so what I want to get to, and I don't know why I'm on this tangent about alcohol, but I'm like, oh, I'm usually scared of having drinks during the week because I'm like, that's a weekend thing, first of all. Or I'm like, I don't want to feel hungover the next day. But I haven't felt fucking hungover. I feel great. And I'm like, maybe this isn't that bad. I don't know. Okay. Dr. Amen. Isn't he the brain scientist doctor guy that's like all over Instagram reels and like he has all these videos out there? I know my mom loves him and I know she's listening right now. He would be like, fuck alcohol. Like, do not drink. It's horrible for you. Even if you don't feel hungover, there's like long-term effects. It's probably, killing your brain cells, blah, blah, I know there's like negatives to it, but I like feeling, it's like, why do I drink? I like a little buzz in the sunshine. Okay. That's my why. You got to know your why. Okay. Why am I podcasting? Because I fucking love it. And I feel like I'm flying. Why do I drink? It's because I like a little in the sunshine. I like to feel a little buzz. I like to have a little, I like to vibe out with my dogs and have a drink. I don't know. You know what I love is cleaning the house buzzed. Doing any chores buzzed. Cooking buzzed. I used to do that too. Like back in college with my girlfriends, we'd cook dinners for each other. We'd drink wine, cook dinners like we're fucking French. And I'm like, nothing wrong with that. But here I am, 28, like having a goddamn existential crisis about having a hard kombucha on a sunny day. So yeah, there's my story. Woo! Let's talk about the Air movie. That was loud. Sorry. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Let's talk about the Air movie. The Air Jordan movie. So I saw it last night. I think like a couple months ago I saw the trailer for it and I remember getting like super amped up and excited, and because I'm a former basketball player, I love Michael Jordan. Like I've fucking nerded out to The Last Dance like twice. Like I'm a big fucking Nike fan, everything around like his era of basketball. Like I'm a fucking obsessed little fangirl over here. So I remember seeing the trailer and just going like, oh shit, this is gonna be so good. And it was. This was a 10 out of 10 movie for me. Matt Damon played Sonny, what's his last name? Sonny, is it Vaccaro? Sonny Vaccaro. And Ben Affleck played Phil Knight. Viola Davis, I'm looking here at IMDb. I'm not remembering this off the top of my head. Michael Jordan actually picked out Viola Davis to play his mom in the movie, and her name in the movie is Dolores, or her actual name, Michael Jordan's mom's name is Dolores Jordan. And yeah, the acting was great. Matt Damon was so good in it. I think he looked like shit though. Like I'm watching him on the screen and he's obviously aged a little bit. I think he's in his 50s now, but I'm like, we watched the Bourne movies recently. So I was looking at Matt Damon in the Bourne movies, and now I'm looking at Matt Damon in this, and I'm like, it's like he let himself go. It's like Bourne. It's like Jason Bourne, just stopped fucking caring about his health. I don't know, but he was like frumpy, just looked kind of dumpy in it, but it was so inspiring. This is my takeaway. I don't want to like give away the movie. Just in general, like watching movies, documentaries, TV shows, whatever, about the greats gets me so fucking hyped. And then I just get so inspired, and I'm like, these people are the best in the world at their thing. There's no one better than them. Like, what would that be like? And then I get excited. I'm like, what would that be like? And like, what would it take to be like that in whatever thing you're doing? Like in my case, podcasting or golf. Like, it's just it's so inspiring to watch. You're just like, they eat, sleep, breathe, think all they do is their thing, and it's all they fucking care about. And I don't know, there's something to be said about that. Like, they're just like cut from they have a different mind or something. They're just it's like they're obsessive. They're I don't know, because yeah, you've got your God-given talents, and it's like a lot of people have that, but it's the people that take those talents and then practice, perfect, practice, perfect. And they like, all they want to do is be great at that thing, their talent. It's like, fuck, man. I don't know. Again, I'm just inspired and hyped, and I'm just like, it made me reflect on myself, to be honest. Like, Michael Jordan wasn't even the best thing they did in that movie, and I think it was genius, was they never showed Michael Jordan. They had his character in the scenes, like when they went to Nike in Beaverton, Oregon. I think that's where, yeah, Nike, Beaverton, Oregon. Am I getting that right? Not Eugene, Beaverton. The family, James Jordan and Dolores Jordan and Michael, traveled to Beaverton to talk with Nike about the shoe deal, the Air Jordan deal. And like, he would be in the room at the table, but he would like turn his head, like you never saw his face. I just thought that was it made him seem more of like a legend, or like a mystery, or like just bigger. It made Michael Jordan seem like a god, the way they did that. I don't know what it was. It was so, I don't know who came up with that, but that was I was very impressed with that little, artistic thing they did there. Didn't Ben Affleck direct this? Ben Affleck as Phil Knight he was all right. I don't know if I love Ben Affleck as an actor. Fucking Chris Tucker was in this. He was great. Chris Tucker, who else? Let me look at the cast list. Jason Bateman, I forgot to mention. Jason Bateman was in this. His demeanor is just like, and anything Jason Bateman acts in is like, he reminded me in this Air movie, he reminded me of his character in Ozark. Like, it was like the same thing. I'm watching the same guy, the same character. Like, that's just his lane. Like, he's good at that, like, businessman who's a little bit like short fused and curt, and like, I don't know. He just has this like way about how he acts. It's just great. So, go see it. If you love Michael Jordan as much as I do, or I'm sure anyone else, like, you're going to love this. What did I not know when I watched this? I didn't know his dad got fucking shot. I didn't know James Jordan got, I guess that's a part of Michael Jordan history. I guess I fucking missed, or I don't know. James Jordan death. He got shot by like 2 18-year-olds. It's tragic. James R. Jordan Sr. was the father of Michael Jordan. Okay. Death on July 23rd, 1993. It's like a year before I was born. While returning home after spending the day off, or excuse me, on July 20. I can read. Okay, I know. We all know I can read. I'm very proud of how I read on my podcast. I'm fucking up right now, though. Okay, let me drink some coffee. I don't know. Whenever I start flapping like that right before I'm about to read about someone's death, it's like I feel that seems very insensitive. I need to like, I don't know. On July 23rd, 1993, while returning home after spending the day playing golf, Jordan pulled over on a U.S. Highway 74 just south of Lumberton, North Carolina, to take a nap. Daniel Andre Green and Larry Martin Demary spotted the car Michael had recently purchased for him, a red Lexus SC400 with a North Carolina license plate, blah, blah, blah. Green shot Jordan to death while he slept in his car and then stole the vehicle. His body was found on August 3rd in a swamp in McCall, South Carolina, and his body was in a state of extreme decomposition. That's so horrible. Was this, someone told me he was shot by the mafia because Michael Jordan was like gambling and like was doing it with the wrong people or something like that. I don't know what the details were and why he was shot by them and who these guys even were. After going through Jordan's belongings, Green and Demery realized that Jordan was the father of Michael Jordan. So they didn't know it was his. That wasn't like a intentional, because like why would they shoot the dad, you know? Oh, after their arrest, Demery said that they had planned only to tie up their victim and that Green pulled the trigger for no reason. Both were convicted and sentenced to life in prison. The accusation was based... Oh, that's interesting. Just a bunch of fucking idiots. A couple of fucking idiots, excuse me. I didn't mean to shoot him. It's just like, that's someone's life. Just boom, done, dead. Michael Jordan's dad. You know, it's just... Life is just so precious. And I just get like... Ew, like I have this Richard Ramirez Wikipedia up right now. Fuck you. And this murder of Michael Jordan's dad up. Like, I just... It's just, like I there's so much evil and hate in the world, and I just get like, fuck. You just got to be the light, and hopefully that spreads, and hopefully it gets to all the evil people, and they convert into fucking beautiful angels instead of devils who want to kill people. Like Richard Ramirez, he was a devil worshiper. Like, he just had the wrong cards growing up, and the thing is with serial killers, a lot of them have like it's like not like a fetish or something. It's like they have like a thing they have to like, they can't stop obsessing over it. Like Dahmer with seeing flesh or like eating the flesh, or you know what I mean, like when he was chopping up the guys he would murder. That documentary, holy shit. That's kind of how this all started for me, honestly. The Dahmer series, Jeffrey Dahmer series, and then I watched like the Gacy one on Netflix, the Ted Bundy one. Recently, I know I talked about the Alex Murdaugh trial. Brian Cover Idaho murder thing. That's that case, or when's that trial coming? Idaho murder trial. I heard that they're opening up cases in Pennsylvania where he's from to see if he's, because they have his DNA and everything. To like see if he did them, like all the unsolved shit. Brian Cover had ID tied to Idaho killing sources. What's this? This came out in April. His ID tied to killings? What does this mean? Sorry, I did not mean to talk about this. I do want to talk about the Davis versus Garcia fight because I know you're on the edge of your seat and you can't wait for me to talk about something I really don't know about, which is UFC and fucking, is it UFC? Am I getting that right? It's not boxing, is it? Is it boxing? Am I wrong? Is it boxing? I think it's boxing. Did I slip up? It's boxing, right? Shit, I'm nervous. I'll get to it. Is it fucking... It's boxing. He's a boxer. This is an upcoming catchweight professional boxing match contested, but boxing match. Okay, there we go. Let me go to this Kohberger update. So University of, I don't know if you guys know about this, but back in, was it like November 22? 4 students at University of Idaho were slain in their sleep. They were stabbed to death in their sleep. And they arrested Brian Kohberger. And his court, or this trial's happening, I think in June, in a couple months. But here's an update I haven't read yet. University of Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohberger may have held onto an ID belonging to one of the 4 killed in shocking November stabbings, sources claimed last week. Kohberger, 28, same age as me. Just want to point that out because I love saying my age now. Was arrested in Pennsylvania on December 30th, 6 weeks after Kaylee Calves, I can never say her last name, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were murdered in their off-campus home in Moscow. I saw this crazy fucking TikTok, and you know, people are like, with AI now, like I never know what's real and what's not, but this girl like went on Google Maps or something and literally like zoomed in on something, and he was like walking in the street with a black glove, and I'm like, it just looked too real. I was like, around the house where the murders happened. I was like, what the fuck? In addition to DNA evidence tying Koberger to the grisly scene, an unsealed search warrant suggested police found unspecified IDs in the glove box of the doctoral student's car. It's a big deal. That is a smoking license. It's a big deal. That is a smoking license. Do you mean like a smoking gun? Smoking license. Retired FBI agent Jennifer Coffinduffer. Last names are hard as shit. Like Jennifer Coffinduffer. It's Coffinduffer. That's kind of a cool last name. Yeah, but some people's last names, I'm like, oh my God, help me, please. Yeah, they need to be like phonetically spelled out or whatever that's called, when it's like how it sounds spelled out and not and not how it's actually spelled. Jennifer Coffinduffer told the network's Chris Cuomo of the possible of the possible discovery, which cannot be confirmed due to a gag order on the case. Just like the knife sheath was a smoking sheath found next to Mogan's body with his I think the word smoking next to the object means it's like the giveaway. It's like a smoking gun, like a dead giveaway, that it's, you know what I mean? That it's like the evidence that is like a dead giveaway that the suspect did it, right? Still learning the right terminology for all this shit. Gag order. What is a gag order? It sounds like I've heard that before. I don't know what it means. Gag order meaning a judge's order that a case may not be discussed in public. Oh, like gag, like so you can't talk. I get it. Okay. God, he fucking pisses me off. His fucking face. I can't look at it. Coffinduffer appeared on the network alongside trial attorney Mark. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So he had one of the suspect's IDs. That is, that's crazy. When is let me look up the date. When is this is like a, when is the Idaho murder hearing? Oh, the hearing was on the 20th. His next court date is June 26th at 9 a.m. It's sick that I'm like looking forward to the fucking Netflix documentary on this, but like I know I'm not the only. I mean, that is just, it's just so fucked up how like real life, like these things happen, these murders, not these things, these tragic murders, shootings, whatever, they happen, and then like within a year or so, there's a documentary on it that's just like so well done and it's so compelling. It's so entertaining. And I'm like, is it fucked up that I like that shit so much? Or I'm like so into it. It's like someone died. These kids died in the most terrible way. Like literally, like they were, yeah, I don't know. But you just know, like, if I would be so at this point, it's like surprising if Netflix doesn't come out with a documentary on these big murder cases. Like, yeah. I think it's because it's so fucking unbelievable that like the way serial killers kill, like the way they do it is so unbelievable and so dark and crazy that it's almost like you can't look away. Like you're so, like you get locked on. That's what happens to me. I'm like, I'm new to it. Again, like I used to live alone for literally my entire 20s until I met Corey. I didn't touch this shit. I never watched anything scary. Like maybe if I was on like a date with a boy and we watched a movie together, Netflix and chilled, like it's like literally I have to be with a man that I feel safe with for me to like, I get so scared so easily. So, like I hate horror movies. I watched, Nope. I think it was called Nope which wasn't even that scary. See, I think I get like in my head that it's going to be scarier than it actually is. But I watched Nope on a plane ride. I forget when, like back from Washington. We were watching it together, but like that was the last horror movie I watched. And yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I saw the Saw movies one time at basketball camp. It was like that was like gory though. Yeah, I watched like all of the Saw movies back in high school at basketball camp. I just remembered. Okay. Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. I'm not a boxing fan. I know nothing about anything. I don't really follow it. I know the names of different boxers and like UFC fighters, like I know, but I don't know their records. I don't know their history. I don't really fucking pay attention. All I know is a lot of famous celebrities and influencers I follow are all about this shit now, and it's a wave, and it's like great, which I think is great. I love that the Paul brothers popularized boxing, and like they made this shit like exciting, or like they made it. I think that's great. I'm into it now. I love watching. I'm going over for it's like the third or fourth time we've gone to a friend's house to watch the fights. It's like a fun thing to do on a Saturday. So, yeah. All I know is that Ryan Garcia is gonna win, and the end. So, but people are saying obviously who's favored. Let me just read the the prediction odds. Okay. Is it? I feel stupid. Is it Gervonta or Gervonta? Gervonta Davis. Undercard expert pick Showtime boxing. Okay. Boxing is a sport that is notorious for being risk averse, much to the dismay of fans who clamor for the biggest showdowns possible. So fights like Saturday's clash between young superstars Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis I'm just going to call him Davis. Garcia and Davis. I keep fucking up his first name. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Gervonta? Is it? Why have I heard Gervonta? Gervonta? Have I heard that before? Gervonta? I don't know. Are rarity, but to both men's credit, they forced the issue to make the fight happen, overcoming significant hurdles involving the politics that normally derail, such as okay. Let me tell you. So their records are, Ryan Garcia is former WBC lightweight champion. Okay, wait. Oh, here we go. So Ryan Garcia weighed in today at 135.5, and Gervonta Davis weighed in at 135. How do they? Yeah. Okay. So they're 135, 28-0 versus 23-0. Okay. Knockouts, KOs, 19 versus 26. Ooh. People are saying that Davis has fought like harder fighters to fight, or better fighters than Ryan Garcia has, so they're favoring him to win. He's a southpaw, so that means he's a lefty. I do know that. Davis is 28, Ryan's 24. Their reach 70 inches. Ryan is 70 inches. Davis is 67.5. Ryan is 5'10". Davis is 5'5.5". Oof. Does height, I mean, I don't know. I just know that like weight's a really big deal with fighting. Obviously like being the same weight. What are the odds and shit? Trying to learn about this while I'm doing it. Okay. I want to show up tonight at the party. I know there's gonna be so many goddamn sweets there. Every time we show up at this house, it's like cupcakes that are from like 2 hours away at some like famous bakery, like crumble cookies, Costco cookies, like a cheese board. It's just, there's so many goodies there. I can't wait. I'm probably gonna say fuck it tonight again, and then work it off on the elliptical, or excuse me, the Stairmaster tomorrow, and look insane and just what did I say in the beginning? I was like, I want it to look like when I'm doing cardio, I want people to look at me and just assume I have an eating disorder, body dysmorphia. I can say this because I used to have eating disorders and body dysmorphia. I want people to assume I'm working off the pizza I ate from the night before, and I'm like fucking so like nervous. I'm gonna look fat, so I'm trying to go as hard as possible. Like, I just want to bring that kind of energy to my cardio sessions, you know? Because like, what's the point if you're like fit? I consider myself to be a very fit person. It's like, what's the point if you're that fit to go that hard? Do you know what I mean? Like, I do it because like the truth is, like, this is the honest truth. I'm getting I'm in such good cardio shape now and like physical shape that like I kind of, in order for me to like get to the next level and I have to like go harder every time. I have to like really like push myself. So then it looks obnoxious, obviously, because of that. So that's my why. Remember your why. What's your why? Why are you listening right now? Why are you still here? You know, are you entertained or having fun? Is this your comfy podcast? Do you feel like we're friends? Do you feel like we're on the phone right now and I'm talking to you and I'm whispering in your ear sweet little things about boxing and Ryan Garcia and his wingspan? You're so happy right now. If you're listening right now, you're enjoying this, please review the show. I haven't done a single call to action. We're like 2 hours in the episode. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, Breaker, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. 5-star review this biatch on Spotify or Apple. Real simple. Just click review, rate the show or whatever, and then it's 5 stars. Boom, done. Enter. You don't have to write anything. You can if you want. You can write a little paragraph about I commute to work, and the Jacqueline Monroe show is, I always look forward to new episodes because it really makes my commute better. It makes it easier. Or when I run on the treadmill, it's very therapeutic, and it makes me feel zen and calm to listen to Jacqueline talk instead of doing this fucking run that I don't want to do. Just shit like that. Maybe I got you out of a hard time. Maybe I make you laugh. Maybe I make you cry. Maybe I piss you off. Maybe I fucking annoy you, but you're a hate listener or whatever. I hate follow people. I've admitted to this. I literally follow certain people for research purposes and like just to like see how fucking stupid people can be. Like, and how, not stupid, but like how, I'll get back to this Ryan Garcia Davis fight thing. Hold on. I literally am so enamored by the way people post on their stories, or like the shit they talk about on their stories, or like I'm like, I guess it's because it's like sick. It's like I don't actually like what they're selling to me. It's like I'm not, or what they're talking about, I don't fucking care. I get so like, who the fuck would post this? Or like, why are they continuing to post this? It's been 6 years. I've followed them for that long. I don't know why, but like it's just like they're still with the same problems, different year, you know, or whatever. I don't follow that many people. I wonder if you go on my following list, if you could like figure out who I'm talking about. I will say this though. This is what I was about to literally DM this particular influencer the other day. I'm like, look, now my revelation with my self healing journey or whatever I was on a couple years ago was that by me thinking I had something wrong with me, and like me like searching constantly and looking and reading and like following people that talk about mental health all day, and like following quotes and shit about like, healing your inner child and like fucking the holistic psychology, all this shit. Like by me like consuming that, thinking about it, reading about it, you know, talking in my head all day about it, I was literally just like affirming that I have problems, that I need to heal, that I have work to do. And my revelation, and this is what I was like so fucking close to DMing this individual the other day because I was like, I'm done. I can't watch you post this shit any longer. I'm like, it's like a never ending thing that's like, but you don't realize it's the revelation. Nothing's fucking wrong with you. Like, you're fine. It's so clear as day to me that like, in my case, the thinking, the spiraling all day long, the focusing on my problems and what I'm not proud of and my, you know, the like lack of progress in life, like being down on myself about where I'm at in life or whatever, all those things, by me just like thinking about that, posting about that, writing that all day or whatever I was doing at the time. I honestly don't remember. I do remember like posting on my stories like shit I think about in terms of my mental health and like if you followed me for a while, like I used to get more deep and shit. I'd like sit at night and like write with like a black screen, you know, on my story with like white text. I'd like write shit. Yeah, what am I getting to? My revelation back to that is like, if you got to go the other way. Instead of like searching and looking and thinking and digging for what's wrong and like how to heal and shit, just go all out on, just be as fucking obnoxious as it sounds. This worked for me. That's why I'm telling you right now. Like, what worked for me is being my biggest fan, my biggest cheerleader, hyping myself up, telling myself I'm the shit. I'm good at this. I'm good at that. I focused on like when I'm in front of people, because that's not reality. The only reality, like this chick I follow, it's like her little I'll tell you what she posts. It's like every day. It's like, it's just like a sob story about, I was having a bad day today and I realized that I got my period and I should be gentler on myself because, you know, like my hormones are different right now than they're normally during the month, and so I went on a walk and to clear my head. It's just like that fucking shit all day long. And I'm like, bitch, if you just didn't post this, if you didn't think about this, if you just like had your period and just like, you know, drank a coffee or went on a walk without like thinking about what's it going to do for my mental health? You know, if you didn't like make every goddamn thing a thing and so goddamn important, you wouldn't feel bad about yourself. You wouldn't feel down. It's like, again, you affirm it, you make it real, and it's only real for you. The thing that I realized is that all that negative shit I was thinking about myself, we'll get back to the Ryan Garcia and Davis fight in just a sec. All that negative shit, it was only real for me. But when I'm with people, when I'm on my podcast, I've said this before, I feel like I'm repeating myself. When I'm hanging out with friends, when I'm at, you know, at the club, whatever, when I'm at work and I'm talking to people, that's who I am. Like that is, and everything's good. We're laughing. I'm having a good time. I'm nice. I'm respectful. I'm loving. I have all these good qualities, and like, I'm a good person. Like there's nothing wrong with me. These people aren't looking at me like she's got all fucked up. It's only when you're sitting with yourself and you're on your Instagram story and you're just like, or whatever, and you're just like ho-hum about who you are. It's like, you're nothing is fucking wrong with you. I look at these people, especially these influencers that do it and that post this shit all day long, and I'm like, I know people do struggle with mental health. I know people have issues, but my advice to them is that they need to fucking stop thinking about it all day long. Stop buying the books. Stop listening to the podcasts. Stop following the accounts, because it'll just make you think that more shit's wrong with you than actually is. I got problems. Don't get me wrong. I got my own shit that I'm aware. I know I have things that I'm not. But like, I can be. I mean, if you cross me, I'll be see you next Tuesday like that. Like, I can go from 0 to 100 like that. I can verbally destroy people like that. Only if I'm wronged. That's the thing. I know I have that ability, but it's like when I'm wronged. I wish I wasn't that way. I wish that I could bite my tongue more in those situations, but that's my shit. But I don't sit there and go, I'm a terrible person. I need to go to therapy. Why am I like this? I need to unpack this. This is from childhood. It's like, that's all fuck. It's like, no, bitch, you're normal. Okay. Someone did you dirty and you fucking chew them out or whatever. Okay. Not ideal. Okay. It's better to be like loving and peaceful. Okay. But it's the whole unpacking and wondering why. And it's just like, some people go in too deep and I get exhausted and I probably should unfollow this individual, but I'm like, what was it the other day? Oh yeah. I just like, it just drives me nuts. Stop. What do people do? They like self-diagnose, or it's a new thing now with social media and everyone talking about mental health. Like you see someone talk about it, so then you think you have it, and then you start deep diving into it, and then you go and talk to your therapist about it, and now it's a thing, and you're basically creating shit out of that's not there. So I always go back to like, nothing's wrong with you. You're fucking amazing. And just tell yourself that. Like I literally, like when I was down and out, back to those old YouTube videos of me being like half brunette, half blonde, needing to get my roots done, like 35 pounds heavier than I am now, like sitting alone in my apartment. Are those the Blue Angels? Holy shit. We got planes flying information over the ocean right now. That's pretty sick. That makes you feel really patriotic. Yeah, when I was going through that phase, like I just got real psychotic about how much I hyped myself up and like talked positively about myself. Not psychotic. I got like really good at it. I focused on the good. Focus on the fucking good. But that's what they do. They'll be like, I'm having a bad day, but you know what? That's normal. They'll like, what do they always do? They always like justify everything, or like explain everything into so much detail. It's so unnecessary. Just like wake up. What did I post? I think it was like, what's my biggest accomplishment in life so far? And I think I was like becoming someone I love and waking up and liking who I am. Like I actually am proud of this. Like yeah, but I'm lucky. I don't think some people like live in their head all their entire life, throughout their healing years in their 20s and 30s and beyond, and they are just so like, just get a fucking backbone and hype yourself up. I don't know how else to say it. You don't need to go do drugs in the desert. You don't need to and like go do ayahuasca. You don't need to do any. It's just like, you're fine. No one tells you that though. That's a problem with like, people like literally make their money off of telling people that something's wrong with them, or like that's what they sell. That's how you, isn't that the whole like capitalism thing, or like consumerism thing? Like you're telling people they lack something and they need this thing to make it themselves feel more complete, or like whatever. It's just like very much, you're not well, you're too fat, you're too mentally ill, you're too this, you're too that, so you need to take this supplement, you need to do this diet, you need to go to this therapist, it's just like, no. I say fuck all that. You're fine. Try it. Just try it. It fucking worked for me. And I literally do not sit. I cannot tell you. I don't. This is maybe. I did not. I should mention this. Maybe I have a new listener. You're wondering, or maybe you're not wondering, but I should disclose that at that rock bottom time back in 2020, I did get a therapist. Okay. And I got on an antidepressant. I got on medication that I'm still on. So that's probably, I know that honestly changed my fucking life. Okay. I'm very pro medication. I think some people preach like, oh, just work out and eat healthy. Okay. You don't need meds, just do a little microdose of mushroom, like whatever. They like promote like the more holistic approach. But for some people, including myself, that's not sometimes you need medical, or you need some like intervention with some meds. And in my case, I remember I gained 35 pounds in 2020 in like 3 months. I was literally like working out so hard, like always working out way too hard. I would do this 45-minute HIIT workout on a mat in front of my TV in my apartment. I would like do a super hard workout. I get super sweaty. I remember taking selfies and sending it to my family group chat like every day because I was like so proud of myself. I did like 50 burpees in this workout like multiple times, and then I did like a bunch of like jumping shit. Anyways, I was trying to do it all. I was taking walks. I was walking at least 10,000 steps, like walking my dog, getting fresh air. Like, you know, I wasn't working at the time. Like I didn't really have a lot of social happening. No wonder you get depressed, because I think that's a major fucking factor in depression is social and friendship and connection and family. And like you need people in your corner and you need community. In my case, I didn't have a ton of that at the time. So that was probably affecting me underneath all of the, you know, I was trying to like work out and eat healthy and do all that stuff, but it just backfired. This is a weird tangent spiral. How did I get here? Oh, an influencer I follow that would like piss me off that I wanted to say, oh, like nothing's wrong with you. How did we go from like boxing to this? I don't really remember, but yeah. In summary, what I was trying to say before I went on about a 2020 journey and shit that I've talked about a million times on here. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Is that like I don't have bad mental health days anymore. Like ever. And it's crazy because I literally I was like a depressed kind of like teen, early 20s. Like I just always was down in my head. Always just like I could cry. I can't tell you the last time I've been in the dumps. And it's like, if I'm in the dumps, it's not about myself. It's about something else. It's weird. Like, I don't just sit and like go like, oh, like I don't feel bad about myself anymore. I don't feel down. I don't feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like I'm, and it's literally like a few things combined. Obviously, like I said, therapy, medication. I'm into like going to the therapist too. I'm not saying that that's negative. I don't know if I made that sound like that earlier, but you know, finding my passion, my podcast, therapy, medication, connection, community, friendship. Like I got plugged in. I got employed. Like I was unemployed at the time during 2020. So then, you know, all these things combined got me here. But having a revelation literally on my podcast that like thinking is ruining my life, overthinking is ruining my life, like thinking about myself all day long and like following these fucking accounts and about mental health all day long and like watching this kind of content all day long is like, I just like it like hit me like a bus. I wish I could find that episode. I always say that. I wish I could fucking find that episode. Because I would look around like people are so happy up, you know, having a good time. They're not in their head all day. So how do you get out of your head? You stop fucking thinking is how you do it. Okay. Stop posting your goddamn story about getting your period and having a bad mental health day. I don't care. And I should probably unfollow you, but it's not always the period thing. What is it? There's like, I wish I could like think of, or just like, you just like turn into that. You end up looking ho-hum. You just look dumpy. I'm so mean. But literally like people that talk about that shit and that's their personal brand, it's like you just look like shit. Like it. Yeah. So I'll wrap up with the Garcia fight. What are the odds and shit? I don't really know how this works. Fight card odds. Odds via Caesar Sportsbook. I'm guessing that's Caesar's Palace in Vegas. Davis negative 240 versus Ryan Garcia plus 200. Don't know what that means. Davis negative 2000 versus Falcao. I don't know what this is. This is not. I know. I think just from what I've heard, and I need to end the episode, is Davis is favored to win. However, I'm predicting now that Ryan Garcia is going to win. And that's just because I'm a fan. And I used to follow his Instagram. I think I refollowed it. I used to watch his videos of him like punching really fast. And I was so impressed by that. And then I think he lives in San Diego. Or he like trains here. Yeah, I'm looking at my TikTok. Sometimes I've been like into playing these. If your man plays golf on the weekends, watch this. What's this video?
It's not that she doesn't like you to play golf. It's that you've been working for 5 or 6 days. And then finally, on the day that you have off, she wants you.
Oh, yeah. I remember I watched this. This guy basically says that when you work all week and then you go golfing all day on the weekends, your wife misses you. So what she's telling you when she's like, I don't like when you go golfing, is that she misses you and wants to spend more time with you. When I was watching this, I was like, fuck yeah. I'm so glad that I love golf as much as Corey does, because we can spend that time together. And I just know that's like a sore spot in so many relationships. I've heard it my whole life. Like, it's always a thing like, oh, when he goes golfing on the weekends and leaves, like, it's like, what do you do when your man goes golfing all day on a Saturday? And there's like TikToks about like you like putting a face mask on, popping popcorn, kicking your feet up by yourself, having a me day. It's like, I just like that, I don't know, we can do it together. And in golf updates, I haven't talked about golf on this episode yet. One of my favorite things about Michael Jordan is he was a golfer, loves golf. He actually makes golf shoes. There's Jordan golf shoes, which is sick. I was recently I went with fucking Adidas. I just bought a new pair of golf shoes and I went with Adidas because honestly, I got them because they looked cute. And I don't know. Some of the golf shoes out there are so like, I know it's like traditional and it's like, it's how they are. It's like, that's a golf shoe. They look like grandpa shoes. And I just need to find one because I want a pair of like grandpa golf shoes with spikes, but I want a really special pair that's like, I don't know, like I want them to look a certain way and I haven't found them yet. And honestly, like Corey's a big FootJoy guy. I tried on a pair of FootJoys. I was not impressed. I thought these were going to be like the comfiest shit I've ever put on my feet and like the best golf shoe I'll ever find. Not a fan. I don't know why. Everyone loves FootJoy. My foot wasn't very joyful when I put them in. But yeah, golf updates. I have my next lesson tomorrow. I had a really bad range session the other day. It's crazy because what happens when I golf now and I work out and lift, I feel annoying. Like I say all these goddamn things and then I go, she just loves telling me how much she sweats and how hard she works out and how fit she is. I'm just telling you what it is. This is reality for me. Like, take it however you want it. Be annoyed I don't fucking care. But I go really fucking hard on my glutes sometimes. And this is what happened the other day. I've been working on my back more because I'm trying to fix my scaps, my wing scapulas. And so I've been doing upper body days. And then I'm also doing my glute days. And I went to the range the other day and my whole body, the whole back side of my body was just sore as fuck. So what I've realized with golf is that Corey called me and he's like, how's it going? Like, how's your session going? I was like, terrible. And I'm like, I just don't feel like I'm in my body. And that's so real. So the way I describe it is like when you're sore and you're achy and you're trying to swing, like, I just felt like I wasn't in my body. Like I was, the soreness was kind of like taking away from, I don't know. It was like adding a layer. It's like an extra layer I have to get through, an extra like pain I have to get through to swing. I don't know. It just wasn't great. And I'm also realizing like my technique is improving. I'm getting better and better, but my clubs are still all fucked up because I didn't get fitted. I got like a full set right out of the package that, you know, it's a one size fits all thing. So I'm really like, oh fuck, I got to go get all new clubs and get this shit fitted for me because it's kind of like I'm just so inconsistent. Like with my contact's inconsistent. And Corey's telling me it's because like when I, you know, hit my 9-iron, it's not bent right. So it's like bent really high. So there's this gap between the ground and the toe. So it's like not, I don't know. I know they're supposed to have a little gap, but like mine are like all fucked up. Also in golf news, I saw that Liv is looking into making a women's live golf league or something, or they talked about that this week. So, I didn't really have an opinion, honestly. Like, I'm not like there should just be the PGA and only the PGA. I'm into live. I'm into it. So if they do that, then hell yeah. I like that the PGA is making the winning, the money bags, the purse, what's it fucking called? They're making the winning amount of money you receive. What is that called? Because Liv is offering these guys so much money, PGA is now bumping up their purses. I guess that's what it's called. Is it called like a purse? What's a term in golf when you have winnings, money winnings? I'm just gonna type in PGA increase prize money. The prize money is hot. This year, Players Championship will hand out $25 million in earnings, a jump of $5 million from 2022. By far the biggest purse on tour. Players already happened. Who won the Players? I forget. Who won the Players? Am I still recording? I am. Okay, I need to get to the beach. Players 23. Scheffler. Oh yeah, that's Victor Hovland. I love reading their last names. There's just the was it in Louisiana? What's it fucking called? Zurich Classic in New Orleans. Who won that? Leaderboard. Catley. It's like a team tournament. I don't really remember. We watched some of this weekend. Who won? I'm just trailing off here. I'm literally just Googling shit. Golf Channel. Is it over? Oh, wow. I guess Clark and Hostler. Is that how you say their name? I don't know. Let me just type in Clark Hostler and maybe they'll come up with an article about them winning. Clark Hostler team keeps slim lead at Zurich Classic. Okay, cool. So that's it. As a reminder, this is what I talked about today. I recapped LA. Happy Earth Day. I didn't tell you guys what I did on 420. Basically, Corey and I smoked a joint together and made a salmon Caesar. And if you want to watch me being a goddamn acrobatic psychopath, go on to my TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe, my Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe, and you can see the video. I think it's on my like saved highlights of me doing like, because the thing is when I get high and I do anything athletic, I get more focused and I have less inhibitions or whatever. So like I was just, cooking dinner, fucking around in the kitchen, doing cartwheels and shit. And like I knew when I did, like I went up to the wall and I did a handstand and then I like sat on the wall. I do this thing where I like drop my hips down and I don't know, go watch the video. But like I knew when I did it, I was like, I know I'm high and I don't want to fuck this up. So like I was overly, which makes it better because I was like, when I pressed on the ground, I was really like feeling the ground, like really using the right pressure. Like if that makes sense. I don't know if you have done yoga when you're high or worked out when you're high or done anything like physical when you're high. It's just like you're more in tune with what's happening. So yeah, basically long story short, my 420 was very uneventful. We literally just literally like the last second decided to smoke this joint we've had in this drawer for like literally since I met him that we've never used. I think we've smoked together 3 times. I think that like randomly one night when I first met him, maybe in the first month. And then maybe like, I don't even remember the last time. And then on 420. So yeah. Cool. But yeah, I talked about, okay, happy Earth Day. Happy 420. I recapped LA. I talked about the Night Stalker documentary on Netflix. Trump being on NELK. The Air movie. The Ryan Garcia Davis fight. 2 things I forgot to talk about were Domino's coming out with tater tots, and I just saw a commercial. Literally, it's gonna be like they make tater tots now with the pizza toppings. So if you're a Domino's fan like me, it's something new on the menu. Okay. Something I forgot to mention though is how I like to dress. Like I like to layer. I like to dress in a classy kind of way where I'm not showing off a lot, you know. I'm wearing more like flowy, long, like billowy clothing pieces instead of like a crop top and fucking booty shorts. Okay, so I like dressing that way, and every time I put on an outfit like that, Corey walks in the door, and instead of telling me like, oh, hey baby, like stunning, you look beautiful, you look so classy, wow, oh my god, he's like, oh, look, are we going to Maryland's middle school to the PTA meeting? I didn't know we were going to the PTA meeting. He always fucks with me like I look like a PTA mom because I look like I'm all like conservative and like classy looking. It's just so fucking annoying. I'm like he's obviously joking. He thinks I look nice. He's not making fun of how I look. He likes my style. He likes what I wear. But it's just so funny how his like brain, it's just such a guy thing. Like they just want everything showed. They want everything to be showed off. All the like, they just want to see the curvature. They just want to see the cleavage. They just want to see like, because I dress that way. Like for the most part, I'm in sports bras. I'm in spandex. I'm in tight jeans. I'm in tight tops. I have my tits out. Like all, it's just like, that is 90% of the way I dress. So like every now and then I'm like, look, I'm going to this movie with your parents. All right. I'm dressed and classy. I wore like an all white flowy summery thing. And you know what I mean? I just, anyways, cool. So yeah, I wanted to mention that, how he calls me a PTA mom as a joke. But also like, I feel like I'm still going to dress like I'm in my 20s when I'm in my 30s. Like, I don't want to, I don't know. Like, I feel like people, you know what I think? The way you dress more quote unquote age appropriate as you get older, I feel like as a woman, I feel like you literally, like your wardrobe is business casual attire. Like you don't have crop tops anymore. You don't have like pieces you could find at your Forever 21s or your like the trendy pieces that the high school and college girls wear. Like you don't have any of that anymore. It's just like Spanx and business casual. Like you're going to like fucking Madewell and you're shopping at Madewell, you're shopping at J. Crew. Like I will never be that bitch. I just feel like I gotta keep it classy, right? Like I want to maintain some sort of like classic style, which is what I always gravitate towards. I feel like it looks best on me. Like whenever I wear some like teeny bopper little girl shit, I just feel like I like that for vacation, sure, like beach days, sure, but like nice dinners, you know, outings, being in public, like going to a golf tournament or like a horse race, I don't know, like something nice like that. I'm being more conservative and classy. That's just me. But I'm actually this is not the end of the episode. Should I end it? I should. I do have something to say about clothes. It's like really annoying, but I want to talk about it. Okay, and then I'm literally going to end the episode because I really want to go to the beach before it gets like colder or like darker. I don't really know when the sun is setting. Okay. This is like so annoying, but you know how I moved out of my old apartment back in, was it January when I moved in with Corey? Yeah. And I talked about how my car was like a literal storage unit. It's still a storage unit. Okay. I haven't cleaned it out. I haven't taken the clothes to the Goodwill because I'm too stubborn and I want to consign them. But every time I consign them, they don't take all the clothes. They only take like 2 or 3 things. So then I have all these nice clothes and I'm like, I know I should just donate this and just like get rid of it so I don't have to like deal with it anymore. But I keep sending them back to the consignment store, and every now and then they'll like take something new. It's just like, I have this, I don't know if it's an OCD thing or like a block in my brain where I'm like, I just can't, like if I know I can get money for this and if I know this is like good shit that I spent good money on, like I just can't just give it away. What is that? Is that like a poor thing? Is that like a poor way of thinking? Is that what does that come from? Like, I don't want to like go into my inner child right now and like figure out what part of my childhood made me this way, but like, it's just so annoying. Like I'm putting my golf clubs in the back of my car, and I'm like, I drive like a SUV, by the way, if you're like wondering. It's not like a car, it's like bigger. And I'm like, for the 50th time, I'm putting my golf clubs on top of these garbage bags of clothes that I just need to get rid of, but I just keep doing it. So like yesterday I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to clean out the car. I'm going to literally throw away anything with like a stain or anything that's like kind of shitty. I'm going to throw that stuff away, and then I'm going to keep the nice stuff, and then go to the consignment store one more time. I was supposed to do this all yesterday. Didn't happen. In the afternoon. It didn't happen. I'm going to go to the consignment store one more time, and then after that trip, I'm going to go donate at the Goodwill. So all this stuff is gone. I literally have in the bedroom right now, my entire side of the room is like lined with garbage bags, and I went through them all, and then I actually took clothes back that I'm now keeping, that I wanted to get rid of, that I'm now taking back to keep, and I did not complete the project. So I just think, you know what, I'm at the point now. I think I'm just gonna tell Corey, I'm gonna say, hey, look, I need your help. I've got about 10 garbage bags in my car. Half of them are in the room right now. Let's just go to the dumpster right now. Let's just fuck donating. Fuck donating. What do I say? Dude, I feel like bitches around here don't shop at the Goodwill. Like, I do. I fucking love thrift shopping, but like, I should donate. It's better to donate than throw them in the garbage. But I'm at the point, I just want it to be out of sight, out of mind. I just want to ask him like, hey, let's take 15 minutes, get rid of this shit, throw it in the dumpster, and be done with it. So I can like literally vacuum my car out, because now it's like the garbage bags are on top of the seats, and like, is my bathrobe open? Okay, no. Like, I don't know if you're like that. I sometimes, when that's the chaos of my life, like me just not finishing a job, just me like being stubborn about donating clothes and shit, and like cleaning my closet out. It's like a never ending thing. And then I'm just like, well, it's in my car. I barely drive my car. I work from home. It's just like, who cares? Like, it doesn't need to happen right now. Yeah. So that's my life story. That's the end of the podcast. I wish I powdered my face halfway through. Am I shiny? I've literally had this makeup brush, go on YouTube or Spotify to watch. I've literally had this since 6th grade. And my aunt gave it to me from this like mineral makeup line called Youngblood, that I think she got from like the grocery store in this like western town she used to live in. Like, I don't even know where it's from. It's just like super old, and I remember doing my makeup for the first time in middle school with this. So that's crazy. Okay, that's the end of the podcast. I love you. Thanks for being here. Again, please hit that subscribe button, review the show, and I'll ask, because now it's the end of the episode and I forgot to do this in the beginning. If you want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/TJMS. It's $5 a month. Patreon.com I'm like hitting a wall. Patreon.com/TJMS is my subscription service, donation service, my tip jar, my way for you to support the show. Check it out, patreon.com/TJMS. Love you. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty. I have a sense of urgency, a message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I